Peace, and more peace. What's going on, everybody? Man, we are back. Welcome back to the Hot Mango Seed Podcast. That's right, where we drill down to the seed and we peel back the layers on everything relating to entrepreneurship, relationships, cryptocurrency, the marijuana industry, the gaming industry, music, and so much more. My name is LaRue, and I'm excited to be back with these guys. To my far right, the king of all kings, King T.
Have no fear, the king is here.
The super producer, Henny Skywalker.
Welcome all to your In-Storm Entertainment.
Hey, the VI master, the one and only Soldier Bless.
Yo, Soldier Bless, never stress, VI massive.
Yes.
Downtown.
Oh, my bad, I cut you off.
No, it's all good, man. I go get it in there.
Hey, and the international birthday botanist, one time for Rob Rader.
Mr. Baked right now.
Mr. Baked like a cake. What's going on, man? Episode number 11, season 2. And today we also have a special guest that's going to be joining us, the one and only DJ Niecy D.
Legendary. Gotta make sure we get that there right.
Yes. I can't wait.
Beast, man. For sure.
Yeah. There's some crazy weather going on. But what's going on with y'all, man? Hey, it's the international botanist birthday. It's his birthday.
That's it.
Hey,
one time for happy birthday to Rob. You know what I mean?
Big 3-8.
One time for the one time.
Wow, you just told everybody. I wouldn't have said nothing.
It is what it is. His age.
Hey, the man said that his age is his wisdom. He ain't want to hide the age.
I ain't hear him say all that.
That's what I just translating it in because Guap need a translator, and I could translate what Guap thinking
It is what it is.
Hey,
efficiently.
you're still young, man.
Yeah.
Your journey is
You get to
just
40, you're still
beginning.
young. You get to 50, you're still young. You get to 60, you're still young. Because somebody's 70, somebody's 80, somebody's 90.
Yes.
So no matter what, age is age. Keep living.
Yeah.
Hey,
go ahead.
Oh, you know what else Rob did though?
What's that?
Rob got on his first track in that studio.
Ooh, that's
yes,
nice.
yes. He got his first studio track down, so I can't wait for the world to hear it.
Yeah,
That
man.
would be amazing.
Hey, over the weekend we worked on a brand new song, man, over some Henny Skywalker production.
Shout out to Henny.
Hey, it's still in the incubation stages, but you know, how are you feeling on your birthday? Like right now, like how do you feel? You feel like
Oh, cool. Got some things in motion. So I feel like it's just going up right now. It's just at a weird stage because I feel like I'm shifting to where it's in a really good territory that I've never been in, and it's anticipating it, but I'm not trying to mess it up. But it just feels good right now.
sound like
Feels
warfare.
great.
Like
Yeah.
you're out here.
Yeah, just focus, just
Unexpected
switching more
waters
to
is
more
always
focus.
good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you feel like you uncomfortable and you're in uncomfortable waters, that's a signal that you are growing. You are going in a direction that you are growing. You're growing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just embrace it and enjoy the journey with it. You know what I mean? So that's a
just
blessing.
Extreme focus without overworking myself and make sure I don't overstep boundaries and make sure keep character in check at all
Good.
times.
Good.
Yeah. Now you sound like a country, like going to war with another country.
Yeah,
Don't
that's what it
overstep
sounds like.
boundaries.
Yeah.
No, but hey,
I'm going to war with myself, the old self. Yeah.
Hey, it's definitely a blessing.
Next
though.
chapter.
It's definitely a blessing. My bad, I didn't mean to cut
Yeah.
you off.
No worries.
Blessing to see you mature and grow, brother. We're
For
gonna
sure.
have many more birthdays, but as well as Rob's birthday, what else is going on? I know the Olympics are going on.
Oh, man.
The Olympics.
I don't
Let
know
me catch
about
some
y'all.
clips. I haven't watched
Handball
anything.
fan.
Ooh,
Handball.
Oh,
hey, handball's crazy. Tell them what handball is, Henny.
man, it's like everything rolled up in one. They be dribbling. They be
Wait.
tackling.
Handball? What you mean?
They be getting
Is that an Olympic sport?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like rugby?
Handball fan. Yes.
Handball?
It's like rugby, basketball, soccer,
Oh, mix up into one.
football.
That's
all in
the
one.
best way. Hey, let me tell you, handball is aggressive. And I'm talking about like when me and Henny's talking about it and laughing, these are females.
Yeah.
All right? And it is literally, there's a goalie, like a soccer player, right? There's a small goal, and there's like a goalie that's standing in front of it. It's like probably like what, like 10 on 10 or 5 on 5.
Yeah.
And they're with the ball trying to score in the other goal. They can take like 2 steps and then dribble or something.
Okay.
But like they're checking each other like basketball almost.
Yeah.
They're passing to each other, but they're elbowing and tackling and
So you can get physical.
Oh, I seen that one
Yeah,
where
that
where that
clip
girl
people in the
ran
group.
from, looked like she ran the whole field on him.
No,
But-
that's
but-
rugby.
Oh, that's rugby.
Yeah.
I don't know about him.
Rugby's the one with the little stick, right? With the little like.
No, rugby.
No, rugby like football.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah,
the
yeah. You
oblong.
can only take
yeah,
so many
weird,
steps,
weird.
and then you got to throw the ball. And
Yeah, they have a lot of Olympic
But
sports.
big
man.
shout out to Simone Biles.
Ooh, Simone.
Oh yeah.
Killing them.
I heard she's murdering and stuff
Man,
right now.
She's
Yes.
a legend already,
Yeah,
man.
that's a
She's
legendary.
And they
legend
already
for
changed the
real.
rules on her. They already, try to shortchange her.
Yep. They got a couple
she's still
moves named
dominating.
after her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she have her own moves because it was so difficult and people never do it before. She
And
have her
she's
own shit.
retiring too at the same time.
I don't
Is
know
she?
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
she said
know.
she's
Yeah,
done
yeah.
after
She
this.
said she
That's what she
retired.
did?
No,
yeah,
she's
she's like
done.
24.
Yeah, they say that
27.
surprised me.
27.
Yeah, like she's young and she's murdering like this. Like she got a lot more to go.
Well,
She
that
was around
is
when she was young.
well for
Yeah.
a gymnast. 27
young.
is on the older side,
Yeah.
right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. She's
Yeah.
outstretched.
And I gotta see her do some stuff, bro. Like she's the secret weapon. She's the cheat code, bro. Like
Yeah.
like when you see her during these competitions and these other. I've been in the Olympics so deep. I'm sorry, I'm passionate
No,
about
you
it.
good.
But you see these other teams, like they know, they look at her. Everybody just looking at Simone like if it's neck to neck and she's hasn't went yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know what it is.
Like everybody in there knows.
She's doing so good that the only thing they can complain about is her hair. Because the only thing I've been hearing
Yeah,
them talk
they-
about was how the way she's representing with her hair.
They did that before, but they laid off of it because when they tried coming at her about her hair, the sisters attacked on them.
Yeah,
so
attack them so hard.
yeah,
That's
we don't,
crazy.
they ain't playing that.
I'm a firm believer in going out while you on top. You know what I mean? So she going out a legend. She
Yeah.
going to be forever remembered. You know what I mean? She will be immortalized now because like she breaks so much records and have so much moves named after her, like hundreds of years from now. Because that's
Yeah.
what the Olympics is. From way back in the day, back in Greek, the man used to be doing this way back.
Yeah.
So and we still practicing the traditions and some of those moves, those names came from some of those athletes.
Yeah.
So now she etched her way into history by making some moves that are going to be used hundreds of years from now. That's crazy to think about, man. She's a beast, legendary,
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah,
Legendary.
But she had,
Sha'Carri-
it was a bunch of other Olympic artists too.
Sha'Carri
artists.
Richard,
Sha'Carri
Sha'Carri
got silver.
Richardson. She
Yeah.
got a
100.
oh okay.
Got
P.
silver in 100.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't get gold?
I
No,
watched
no.
that race. So the winner of
smoked.
that race, Alfred, she's from
Yeah.
St. Lucia.
Big up St. Lucia, you don't already know.
When I tell you, I watched. There was a semifinal heat before the final, right? And Sha'Carri Richard, like the Frazier, who's from Jamaica, who's a sprinter, pulled her hamstring, so she wasn't in it, which was like shocking because she's one of the fastest. Her and Sha'Carri always been one of the fastest, right? So there's that qualifying match, and this is like on the same day as the final's gonna be later. They race, and Alfred is next to Richardson, and she beat her, and it looked like when I tell you, it looked like Sha'Carri Richardson was going her hardest, not her hardest.
I seen
but
it.
she's going as hard as the other girl, and she got her, and I was like, ooh, I don't know. Like she kind of dusted her right there.
Sha'Carri
So
got a
when
sports move.
when the final
Right.
came, and you got to know that Alfred, this girl from St. Lucia, like she's like a martyr there now. Like she is
Oh yeah, she gonna be a big legend there now.
yeah, and so when they got up to race, I just seen it in her face. Like, no, this is bigger than for her.
I could tell you one thing, the reason of why that they happen, and it's just a couple thing. Ground provision, okay, green banana,
Green
dashing.
What?
You understand what I mean? Breadfruit, all of that. These gal down there, them man, they eating the real solid food.
Yeah.
You think when you see her, you see how she brace up there, the big
Yeah.
man is like steel how she was, you know.
She was like still.
Big man, you see how this girl, it don't
Yeah.
even look like she capable of doing this with her back.
But wait, what are they eating?
Ground provision, that's what they man do down island.
Ground
Yeah,
provision.
ground provision, things you get from the ground.
Oh,
Dashing,
Yam, saw that.
yam,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mango?
Yeah. No, not mango. It's hearty food.
Real
things
food,
that
like
that gives
potato
you.
starch. Like all
What
that
it
good
is
stuff.
complex
Got
carbs.
you. I got you. Okay.
You
okay,
see what I'm
okay.
saying? So that complex carbs, your body does use that as extreme
Solid muscle
fuel.
and energy.
Yeah.
So they ain't eating no McDonald's and refined food. Them and they
got
living
big
up in the
engines.
mountain there.
And green banana.
They
Yeah,
the real
green
thing.
banana.
We out here with
Yeah.
V4s. They got V12s.
Yeah,
Ooh.
seriously.
She looked like a V12 when she was.
And they run up and down mountains.
Yeah.
Exactly. She ain't no joke. You see how that girl run there and her body was stiff up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Shaq running,
That's the
like-
crazy
We
form.
also had a brother that got gold in the 100.
Yeah,
What was it?
Noah. Something.
Noah,
I can't
yeah,
remember his
Noah.
name.
Noah Lyles.
I didn't
I
get
think
it.
it is.
Noah
I didn't
Miles.
see the race.
Is that
but
the name?
That's easy Google search.
Yeah.
Google search, because I
Use
might be
your
wrong.
Googles.
I don't want to mess up his name.
But yeah, he won today.
Yeah, today.
Today? Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't see
and
it.
it was literally by a foot.
Yeah.
Like
Noah.
his foot.
Yeah, Noah Lyles.
His foot crossed the line right before the other guy's foot crossed the line. And
Yeah, it was a photo
that
That was mad close.
Yeah,
That was mad
photo
close.
finish close.
Yeah, so I mean, if y'all been watching the Olympics been crazy. I think right now, the last I checked, we are ahead in medals. We're far ahead in
Yeah, we're
medals,
number one.
total medals, but China has the most gold medals, and that's really what matters. Like,
True.
don't let it fool you. Like, even if we have 1,000 medals and China has
All the gold.
16 medals, if they're all gold, they won, right? So that's good. Kamala Harris got selected. I don't know.
Yes.
Has she been selected?
She got enough votes, so now she can.
So
yeah,
she will
She's
be.
got enough. She's got enough of everything she needed in order to be the primary.
That's
for us.
what's up. And I want to retract my statement. I said that before that Michelle Obama was the best possible candidate. Now, I want to go back and say that Kamala Harris, man, Kamala Harris is the right person. She's the right fit for the right time.
Yeah.
And I think that we're about to see something we never seen before. So, yeah, I'm proud that she is the elect, and I'm proud that, like, I'm loving seeing everything. I'm loving seeing Donald Trump trying to come up with different names for her, and them trying to come up with different strategies.
Let me tell you, Kamala Harris is a ex-prosecutor.
Right.
She is not somebody you just walk up on. All that name calling and all that stuff, that don't work on people like her, because she's been through it all. She's been where people try to intimidate her. She's been where, people try to drag her name through the mud,
Right.
and she still do her job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the support of Biden, the support of Obama, the support of Hillary, she's got the dream team behind her.
Easy.
So even if she isn't sure,
Dream team.
dream team working with her. She getting the. It's gonna work. I'm trying to take them out. I was afraid that Biden stepped down. We didn't have enough time, and I'm so thankful I was wrong. I say it right now, I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. You know what
She
I
get
mean?
motion. She
Yeah.
get motion. But I feel like she do like a transformation to me. You see what I mean? Because she spoke before and she was out in the public before, but when Biden stepped down, something inside her ignite.
Yeah.
And I feel that 100% because how she's so eloquently giving her speeches.
Yeah.
And to me, I say, it feel like she's not reading out of a prompter. To me, I feel like she's letting it fly from her actual thoughts.
She's freestyling.
And for her to deliver it so eloquently and just to command that respect. When she walked with poise, her head held up high. Like, she went through a transformation, dog. She's now the ultimate warrior for it.
That's a queen right
Exactly,
there.
yeah.
So,
Seriously.
what I think is this. What I think is that I disagree with you. I agree that she's different from what we've seen since she's been the vice president. But I think that she played her position. She played her position so well that we forgot of who she was, because when she
Forgot
was
she was there.
when she was running for president, I seen this person. I seen this person that we're seeing now that's giving these speeches, that's standing up to Donald Trump, who's showing that prosecutor background. Like, I seen this already. And so when she got the torch, it was almost like you sure, Joe? You sure? Okay, boom. Now I'm gonna be me. I think that she played her position well. That's why
I don't think so.
People don't think that she.
I don't think so at all, because when she ran before, she was, she didn't have that spark that she had. Like, what she's displaying now is a different one.
Okay.
It's a metamorphosis.
Oh, yeah, she knows
she
the
come out
inside
that
now.
cocoon and she's like,
I
okay,
think
now
she-
is the butterfly.
She's learned a lot.
She learned a lot.
Before
She's more refined.
she was dealing with the law.
Exactly.
And now she's dealing as a politician.
Right.
So I think over these past couple years, watching Biden and following in his footsteps, I think she's learned a lot more. She's matured a lot more as far as dealing politically. Because before it was all about this is the law, straightforward, yada,
She gets sharper.
Yeah.
She gets sharper as a politician.
At least we can all agree that she is doing the right
fit.
Yes,
she is the right fit for the right time. And you, if you're watching us right now live, man, we appreciate you. Again, we're the Hot Mango C podcast. You can follow us on our social medias. You know, we go live on Sunday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll have that upload ready for you Wednesday. So this weather right now, so Niecy D, that like we said, DJ Niecy D is on the way, but we're in Florida right now, and the weather is crazy. Like, so as we mentioned before, right, June through November is hurricane season here in the southeast region of the United States. And with us just crossing into August, just a couple days ago, we're beginning to approach what's called peak season. And that starts in September. That's September 10th. That's the actual peak season. But right about now is beginning to ramp up, and the conditions that we're seeing now in the Atlantic and in the Gulf are perfect for an above average Atlantic and Gulf activity, whatever. So right now we're actually experiencing an active storm. Like today, Debbie, and I'm sure you've probably heard that name, and if you're out here with us, you're experiencing it too, but it's projected to slam the Big Bend area of the Panhandle or Tallahassee and Jacksonville. And right now we're definitely praying for everybody that's in the path of Debbie. You know, there's going to be flooding, there's going to be flash floods, there's going to be lots of rain, and they're saying this thing is actually going to hang right now on the Gulf Coast longer than expected, and then it's going to cross over to the Atlantic, and it's going to bring a lot of rain and flooding for Savannah. You know, I'm praying for my son Tyler's out there, South Carolina, those areas. So if you're in those areas, we're not the news, you know, but that's pretty much kind of what's happening for us right now. And she's kind of caught out there in this crazy weather trying to get over here. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, one thing that is funny that I learned here in Florida is, like, they don't watch the news. Floridians, right? Floridians don't watch the news and say, like, okay, they're projecting it's gonna be here at this time. When it gets like really strong, they ask, is the Waffle House open?
Yeah. Hurricane parties, baby.
Yes, sir.
The Waffle House runs Florida.
Yeah.
So if it's closed, this means it's serious.
If it's closed,
yeah.
that means it's time to leave.
Yeah.
It's like
Gauge it by the Waffle House opening.
Yeah.
Wow.
Knowing that the Waffle House was going to be open today,
Furthermore,
let me know we was going to be all right.
Or for like 7-Elevens or anything like that.
I mean, everybody will be closed and the Waffle House will be open. And if they close, like for Ian, it closed.
And I don't get what's the big deal with Waffle House. To me, I feel like their man thing a little too greasy now.
Overrated. Thank you.
I'm
not the only person.
It's not down
I
the
feel like
Waffle
Waffle
House.
House.
Nah,
Mad
me down in
overrated.
it. Hey, everybody have their own thing that they like, and I know
Yeah.
if you like that, a lot of grease and a lot of just.
Yeah, don't stop eating because we
Yeah,
said
yeah,
so, but,
exactly.
you know,
Like, everybody
you
have
know,
their
for
thing.
me, it's not my thing.
It's
Just put it
definitely
like that.
greasy,
Not my thing.
but
It's not my
you
thing.
still can't beat that cheesesteak omelet
Oh.
with them hash browns scattered, covered and smothered. Boy, I feel like going there.
He
right
said
after the show.
covered and smothered.
Yeah, y'all got me happy right now.
Hey, Waffle House afterwards for go up birthday.
Yeah.
Hey, but with the hurricane, man, for those that haven't experienced hurricanes before, just no matter how much we throw parties during the hurricanes,
We
prepare
do.
yourself. Get your water, get whatever you need, you know, all the stuff secured from the lawn. Get yourself prepared. Don't be one of those that after the hurricane hits and the stores are closed, you going to have to go to the neighbor to beg for supplies, right? You know, just prepare yourself. No, even if you're trying to be gangster with it, be prepared with it.
Gangster.
Be prepared with it, right?
Ain't nothing gangster about being in a hurricane.
The storm's name is Debbie. My wife's name is Debbie. So Desi come downstairs. She's like, Mom, they said this storm name is Debbie. What did you do?
Oh.
Hey, you already know.
Yeah.
And I do it.
And I knew it wasn't also that serious because the gas stations were not as busy or even busy at all. There was actually toilet paper on the shelves, and there was water. So yeah,
Man,
it wasn't serious.
Floridians got to have a Category 5 coming at them for them to react.
'Cause they
like
panicked.
Ian was the first time that I've been here in Florida that I seen people actually react. And even when it was coming, I remember being downtown, and I was at a bar with Jester, Dizzle. Shout out to UFO.
Ooh, the dream team, right?
I was
there.
with Jester
UFO.
Dizzle, and I was with somebody else, and I was with the bar owner there. And I said, man, Ian's coming, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of nervous. They're like, it's just going to be a little rain. Little rain. Cass is having to be rescued out of their house. But anyway, like anybody who's in the path of Hurricane Debbie, definitely we're praying that everything works out. You know what I mean? This is hurricane season, and this is Florida. You just get used to living in Florida, right? This is what it is.
Yeah.
But another thing about Florida, right? Have y'all got to check out the documentary on Netflix, Dirty Pop, the boy band scam?
Lou Pearlman with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
About Lou
I'm aware of the
Yeah.
stories, but
Fifth
I haven't watched
Harmony.
this one yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. But
Oh man.
So I
I know
didn't
the
see that
stories.
show.
I remember that era.
I didn't see that show, but I saw a documentary on it. But I also been here. I already knew about him for years because he was an artist seen as he was seen as somewhat of an artist manager, right? Even though he wasn't specifically their manager, he was seen as somewhat of an artist manager, and he was like a musical Trump of a con man.
Musical Trump.
You know, if you look at what all the people around him were saying, it was like he could say, two different meanings in one sentence.
Yeah.
And you be confused so much that you believe whichever side you felt the most into, right? And so he gave them everything they wanted, but he controlled it all. It was all under him when they thought they was getting all that money, all of that stuff. Man, Lou Pearlman was a bad dude.
Sound like Birdman.
So this podcast. So the podcast is called Dirty Pop, and it's called the boy band scam, and this is pretty much like, if y'all don't know, I was not hip. I'm not from Orlando. I didn't realize all this was happening here. Lou Pearlman was he found NSYNC. He found the Backstreet Boys, O-Town. This man, like, there were so many boy and girl bands that he brought out and managed, and what he was doing, like, was wild. It was super wild. For one, he could turn these bands, like I think like in the documentary they talk about, he's like an entrepreneur. He was constantly chasing the next big thing. Like, this man owned blimps. He had a blimp business, like that Transcontinental, whatever you said.
Yeah,
Studio.
the Transcontinental Studio.
That was the name of his company.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I know, like, you can break it all the way down, but I know,
I
like,
won't.
He did that for tax purposes, though.
Yeah.
but also, like, so what he would do is, right, he studied kind of like behind the New Kids on the Block. Somehow he was incorporated with that and got to see how they made that little group of kids blow up, and so he's seen the formula. And so he pretty much had Backstreet Boys, and he started before they were even famous. Like, they're touring. He's recognized, like, little girls love these boys, this music, this pop, and they would tour around middle schools and high schools and all of that, all around the country, till they built a buzz. All of a sudden they're big, and then in the documentary they
And
talk
the adults
about,
is like, where the hell these niggas come from?
right.
Yeah.
And then in the midst of it, what was crazy is this man thought, why not do this? It's starting to make money. Why not make a duplicate of it, the same thing? So he makes a band called NSYNC, does the same thing. And so what he does is, like, he is making these bands, and then he's hosting these investor events. So he's inviting all of these investors to come eat dinner, sit down, and he'll get his group and say, go up there and sing for him. So they'll go up there and sing for him, and then afterwards he's like, so they're going, how can I get in on this? And he's taking their money, and it turns into a Ponzi scheme. So this man is like, literally, Backstreet Boys get to a point to where they're like, I no longer want to deal with them. They get out of their contract. Now he got NSYNC. Now he starts another band. He gets them. He keeps doing the same thing, putting them.
Did you watch the whole documentary?
I watched the whole thing.
Did they mention Mr. Take That?
Mr. Take That.
Mr. Take That.
Who's that?
Diddy.
I mean, it's very. I mean,
Did they mention him in it?
No.
Because I mean, you got to think of this. Lou Pearlman's big thing was O-Town, the band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making the band.
Remember the TV
And then
show?
he gave the rights to Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They
Really?
did mention
Didn't know
For
that.
the making the
I
band.
did
Like
not.
Diddy did.
So
Wow.
they probably did.
That's why he used the
mention
same name.
Mhm. I did not know that. That's crazy.
But so what happens, right, is over time, there is like all of these bands are starting to get older, and they're like, "Yo, I'm not getting paid what I deserve, and I want to be out of this contract." And the stuff is so crooked that they end up suing him, and then they find out that this man has forged all of these documents, that he is just screwed over all these people, and pretty much he ends up going to prison. And so what's wild to me is all of this happened in Orlando. So I'm wondering, like, did y'all hear, like, what was it like to live here when Lou Pearlman had NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, you know, all of that's like
The same way it is now. It was just a little more where people just felt like they could make it somewhere quickly by being in Transcontinental Studios.
yeah.
Being
Yeah.
here and all that.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people were like really like focused on being pop stars at that time because of that.
So you know what's interesting, right? I think for me, what blew my mind the most was that this man screwed over so many people
And didn't get shot.
that
for
that
real.
No.
that
Yes.
Is he still alive today?
No.
no.
No,
So
no.
look, so after he did so many people wrong that when he died in jail, excuse me, for weeks nobody came to identify his body.
Wow. He was that
For
dirty. He was
weeks.
grimy.
But you know what was crazy though? Even though after they found out about Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, after everyone knew that he had ripped them off, those other groups like Fifth Harmony, all the
Yeah,
other ones,
all of them.
they still tried to get deals with him because
he got
according to
connections.
them, they were like, we knew what was going on. It's just Lou Pearlman was the man that was taking the boy bands to the highest level,
To the next level.
And
Right.
his key thing was he was a marketing genius. You know, he understood marketing. The dude was an entrepreneur that started when he was young. You know,
So wait, we got Niecy. Come on, Niecy.
I know, right?
Come on, man.
Come on in.
Special guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, Niecy Diaz got here. Thank you so much.
We got a legend in the house.
It's so good.
Hello.
So good.
CD in the building.
And I see you nodding over there. It's so good to see you.
It's likewise,
Look
likewise.
good
Thanks
like
for having
always.
me. I'm so sorry about y'all.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no
all good.
worries. No worries. You're here
But living in Orlando, were you familiar with Lou Pearlman?
Oh yes.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I was just kind of listening to what you all were saying and echoing that a lot of people would want to go that route because again the connections and
Right.
in Orlando at the time that was the go-to, the premier outlet, if you will, to be able to get into the industry.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and between Lou Pearlman and that whole situation, and Johnny Wright with production, and then you had
Donna.
right? You know, so there were, you know, as with a lot of things in this industry, we call entertainment. There's the good, the bad, and the indifferent.
Right.
Right.
The hungry.
And you kind of have to kind of pick your battles, if you will, and pick your routes to say, okay, how much risk will it be for me to go this particular route
Yeah.
Right.
versus this particular route? Because that's what it is. It's a risk. You're talking about a southern, central Florida example of the industry at large, right? Where the average person is not used to seeing that kind of money. They don't know how to read the contract.
Yeah.
They have no understanding or comprehension of that. It's just, I want to get this money, you know? And so, you know, it's like, well, I could get this check. And they're thinking short term, right? And no clue about the long term, you know, and those recoupables and, you know, getting X'd out of any potential residuals and, you know, things like that. And so that's why in the outro of the whole thing, it just folded.
Oh, so you got to see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was right here in my face.
Oh, I mean the documentary. Did you see the documentary
I
on
didn't
Netflix?
have to. That's
I
like
haven't seen it either.
I think it's wild too. There was a part because like I was saying, I wasn't here at that time, so I didn't get to experience it. I didn't even know Lou Pearlman was like all this was happening here. But I think it's wild. At one time, like it was either one of the Backstreet Boy members or the NSYNC that got a check and it was like 10 grand and they're like, yo, we just toured the world. We just sold 1 million records. Why is my check only $10,000? Like, like that's wild.
I mean, when you really think about it, and you all are, you know this now. The way the contracts are set up, it really doesn't change very much.
Yeah.
How it was set up 50, 60, 70 years ago, it's still set up that way.
Yeah.
And so the industry is set up for the executives to make the money.
Yep.
Not for the artists. And the artists don't understand that. And the way they make the money is through performances. You know, they got to get out on that road and shuck and jive and sing and dance to get that check. Merchandise. You know what I mean? Branding in any other way that they can. That's how they will make their money.
Yeah.
Because the sales, really?
Yeah.
That's the executives and their legacies and their children and their children's children.
Yeah, right. And I thought it was interesting, like the way he was making money was through investors, right? He had, I was saying it before, like he kind of found that formula, like what's really selling.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
That's what it was, crowdfunding.
But then at that point, when you do that crowdfunding, what it is that you end up reaching to a point where you borrowing more than you making back.
Absolutely.
So you end up trying to chase back what you could pay back to other people, and then now you start to take clothes, so everything starts falling down. You've been like, no, we need to push more bands on this.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you go down the rabbit hole, you know, and you have to have a real plan when you start talking about you're going to do all this crowdfunding, and how people will get their money back. What is the expected return amount, right?
Yeah.
How long will it be before I get that? If you don't really have that all laid out, you are just basically using your charisma to get a check, to finance your dream.
Right. And
You know, Transcontinental was the dream.
You mentioned the name. You mentioned Johnny. Johnny was also the Diddler's manager.
What?
Johnny Wright?
Wow.
The Diddler.
The Diddler's manager.
Yeah.
I did not
I didn't know
know.
he managed Diddy, but he managed a lot of good artists. I mean,
He managed a lot of good artists.
He kind of saved some of them artists after Lou
did.
Pearlman screwed him over.
He did.
Johnny Wright came in. Well, he was already in the picture, but he took their careers and actually, you know, helped a lot of them out after Lou Pearlman took advantage of them. That's why he had Justin Timberlake for a long time. And he had Britney Spears for a while.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And it still happens.
So
all this still happens today.
Right.
And Johnny came in as a tour manager is when he first started, and then eventually, you know, took over a bigger spot.
Yeah, and they were all young, impressionable. They were green. I remember one of the interviews I did with Britney Spears, and she was just, you know, cute young country girl, just excited to, you know, have some music out, and you know, clueless. You know, really clueless. And it's, I mean, it's vultures. I mean, it just is what it is. If you don't go in and really do your homework and really understand the industry, just like you would any other job, any other profession, then you are going to get burnt.
Yeah, and you know, I think it speaks to itself though, because like the way that he burned people, like the fact that I was saying, like for weeks nobody even came to identify his body. They said at his funeral there were 5 people. You imagine that you are the creator of 2 of probably 3 greatest pop bands that ever walked the face of the earth, and you created all of this fame and fortune for all of these people, and 5 people. So, and it might not even have been like close to kin. But so with that, right, he ran a Ponzi scheme, and it is the longest running Ponzi scheme in history. It ran for over 30 years.
Exactly. He didn't live good. He didn't do good business. So when he expired, that follow him through in that past life and in the next life.
Character matters.
Exactly.
Like
You get it like how you live.
Character matters.
Exactly.
But
You live dirty when you up.
Yeah.
You go be dirty when you down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, because you can't just go around and, you know, there was a way to do it because he had the expertise and he had the knowledge to do it.
And he had the support to do it.
He could have done it the right way.
You know, but you start
Exactly.
getting greedy.
That's the key term is
Yeah, you
greed.
start getting
Greed is
greedy.
what brought it all down. And just for all those out there that are looking to get into entertainment, read your contracts. Make sure you got contracts. Like the entertainment's fun. We have a great time. We get to, you know, we do a lot of great shows. It's a lot of hard work, but there's a lot of sharks in that water.
Yeah.
360 deals.
And everyone I know, including us at Conscious Mind Records, have been burned before. You know, Niecy, I already know your story.
Yeah,
Niecy
y'all
been
know
burned
you
before. You know what I'm saying? And everyone I know that has hit veteran status at some point in time and on their way up, somebody has lit the fire to them the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna sit up here and act like we made it through that water without getting bit. We've been bit. You know
We
what I'm saying?
survivors.
We survivors. Yeah,
That's all it is. Y'all mean we survivors. We ain't going down, but y'all
if
get
it
back up.
happens to you, don't let it discourage you.
Right.
Just be cautious the next time. You learn
Facts.
from your mistakes. The mistake isn't a loss; it's a lesson.
It's a
You know what I
lesson.
mean?
It's a lesson.
Plenty of
yeah.
lessons, and
Facts
you have
on
to
it.
really want it. This is not something you waver.
Yeah.
Because when you do run up against those brick walls and, you know, those people who just don't do you right, you got to be able to still get back up and go back in.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, you got that one. Okay, but now I'm coming back stronger.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
know, smarter, harder.
Hey, facts,
You know.
facts coming from a legend.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all recognize who you're sitting at the table
Tell
watching
him.
us with, but look, we're joined by the one and only DJ Niecy D, and I know you heard the big flex when I interviewed Britney Spears. So let me go on and break who Niecy D is down. So this is coming off of what I discovered, right? So she's worked at WOKBAM, WXXO WXXU AM, WJHM FM, and for the past 16 years, if you're in the Central Florida area, you'll probably recognize her voice from Star 94.5 FM.
Yeah.
She's a part of Delta Sigma
Delta Sigma
Theta
Theta
Sorority.
Sorority Incorporated.
Yes, she's received the Congressional Accommodation Award. She's a phenomenal DJ and influencer, and she's paved the way for so many DJs,
Yes.
MCs, artists, promoters, and on many occasions we've watched her contribute her talents and gifts to the community.
Yes.
She's our dear friend and the
love
one and
y'all.
only DJ Niecy D. Let's make some noise.
The legendary.
I'm so humbled.
Yeah, man, for sure,
Thank
man.
you so
For sure,
much.
for sure. High level, man.
I got something to say before you go in. Look,
All right.
when Conscious Mind Records first started,
Yes.
and people were looking at us like we crazy because you got the bald head and the roster walking in together, and everybody telling us this peace thing ain't gonna work, right? Niecy welcomed us
Yes.
with open arms,
Because Niecy
and-
love peace.
Yeah, and she,
For real.
you know, right at the beginning, she was, you know, when we did the Save the Tyler benefit, you know what I mean. She helped us get that going. She's been the host of plenty of quite a few of our
Conscious Mind
events, but
events,
yeah,
absolutely. Yes.
judging those shows, right? For
Hip Hop's Ultimate Challenge.
Ultimate
Yes,
Challenge, right?
yes.
Did that for a while. Like, I can just say this, you know, I see myself as a vet, but she's kind of like a mentor,
Exactly.
someone
Thank
that we look as a guide for how to survive this industry and do it the right way.
Thank you
You know
so
what I mean?
much.
So I just wanted to
appreciate
throw that out
Thank
there.
you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you all. You know, I always say it's easy to support good quality people and who want to put out good quality product and produce good quality events. Like, that's easy to get behind. You know, seriously. So it's my honor and my pleasure, and I'm just grateful to be in the game still, in a capacity where I have a voice, you know, and some level of influence to be able to continue to pave the way, be an inspiration. I don't take that for granted. I don't take that lightly.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just I'm just grateful, y'all.
We
I'll
see
take it
it
to
too.
church.
We see it, and yeah, I can echo everything that T said. Like I come from the West Coast. You welcome me with open arms. Hey, big shout out to my cousin Lisa LaRue.
Yes. Hey, beloved. I love you, Lisa.
But I'm so grateful that she was able to, connect me with all of you, really.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering.
She was promoting your music, baby.
Hey,
For real. That's how we end up hearing about you.
fam.
Yeah. She really was putting that out there.
She was. That's right.
But yeah, like, so since I've known you, you've always been on the radio. Like, how'd you get into that? How did radio become part of your journey?
That's very interesting because when I was in college, I actually majored in English and minored in mass communications, right, with emphasis in radio and television. That was down in Miami. And what I got into first actually was dancing for Luke.
Yeah, that's
Really? Wow. That's a journey.
That is.
Look at some of those videos, you'll see Niecy there. You know what I mean? Doing
Don't try me, I still got it. Yes.
2 Live Crew,
Yeah.
Uncle Luke. Yeah.
That's fire.
That is.
While the in betweens, as you all know, sometimes a group is up, they're down, there's all kind of stuff, and so in some of those hiatus moments, I actually would fall back on my other skills, right? And when I first got here, there were several people in radio on AM, which they really didn't have any FM. There was no urban FM at all.
Right.
There was no major FM.
Right.
Everything was AM. Okay, and so Max Johnson was one of the gentlemen who was on AM, and because I don't know, I always seem to be in the space of influencers or leaders and things like that, and so I had to fill in for him for something. I don't recall specifically, but I did. And Joe Flores, who was also on the AM station, and some other, legends and so forth. That's kind of how I got in, believe it or not, just kind of filling in. Right?
Yeah, you stepped up, though.
Yeah, that's what I do now. You
Opportunity.
You go, look, we got to climb this fence. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I started DJing, to be honest.
Wow.
I was like, what are they looking at? I'm always so inquisitive. And everybody's looking at the dude, DJing, and everybody's doing the basement parties up in New York, right? Got the blue light on, the red light, all this kind of stuff. I was like, I could do that. I don't know what made me say I could do that, but I just didn't think it was that hard to do.
Right.
And I end up in an auto accident, and the money I got from that, I actually went and bought my first set of equipment from the Wiz right there on Jamaica Ave in New York, right? Okay. Still got the same speakers and the mixer and the turntables to this day. I could open a whole museum with my equipment.
Wow.
But so between that, DJing and radio, I just never let it go.
That's dope.
That's dope.
And we talking about Strong Island, right?
Strong Island, baby, Freeport. My good friends Eric and Chuck, and they kind of call me Public Enemy's female DJ, and I appreciate that because thank God I don't really look my age, but I have been DJing that long.
That's wild.
And,
you look great,
and
Niecy.
thank you,
For real.
I'm trying to live right.
Yeah,
that's it.
Trying to live right. Be good to people. I mean, you rub me wrong, you gonna get the other side.
Right.
You understand? I'm not no pushover by any means. And some people be like, "Yo, mouth." Well, if you get me to a point where our relationship, be it business, friend, whatever, gets me, you disappoint me, you let me down and stuff like that, I get cynical.
Yeah.
So when I tell you that, if I tell you, because I'm gonna be honest, you do this is what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Right? This way beforehand.
Yeah.
I told you. Right? So now if you ain't feeling my mouth, it's going, what did you do?
Yeah.
Right? How did you rub me wrong? What did you do? Right? So anyway, I just try to be a fair, honest, righteous person with good character.
Yeah, and you are.
I ain't perfect, you know what I mean? But I just...
You're doing a
I
great
treat
job.
you how I
Yeah.
want to be treated.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
And I guess that's what shows, and I'm grateful for that.
That's super
So,
dope. Well,
yeah.
be right. Let me interject really quick, because let me tell you, I have to put this out there, because I know for a fact, like, I wanted to come back 100%, right?
Yeah.
The Honey on the River event.
wow.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out Oshun, yeah.
Yes, sir. Let me tell you, right? Niecy D would put on the most grandeur event called Honey on the River. It was
Yes.
such a beautiful event, and
It was.
an event that we look forward to every time.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And we met so much great people on that boat, and I would just love to see it come back. And we would like to get involved. If we could sponsor, be a part of that.
You know what? I'm getting chill. Oh, look at that.
There
Can
you
you
go.
see this?
There's
Yeah.
this-
And it's amazing because when I tell you the universe, God, ancestors, they hear me. They know my heart.
Yeah.
I have been wanting to bring it back. I have been wanting for years, right?
Yeah.
For years. So for you to say that,
Oh, man.
I'm like, yeah, okay,
Man, I'm
it's time.
telling you,
That's
man.
black excellence.
Right.
That was
Right
the
there.
honey.
And
It's
it poured into all of us.
Exactly.
You know, like you went to that event and you literally left like a different person. Like
Exactly.
your
Yeah.
spirit was filled. Like you felt great.
the
you know?
energy that you
Yes.
felt in there,
Yep.
because it's a thing about being around like-minded frequency, you know.
Yes.
So
Yes.
everybody
Yes.
vibrating on a one frequency.
Yes.
They pouring the honey out into the
Yeah.
river,
Yeah.
and we go out. No, literally.
Yeah, yes.
That's what. Yeah, actually,
That's what
You're,
the
you're on a riverboat.
Yeah,
dope.
Yes.
riverboat
Yes.
going
With the wheel
down,
on the
pouring
side.
the honey
And you
into the lake.
just-
Exactly, because
Yeah,
it's an
and-
offering to Oshun. You see what I
Yes,
mean? So
yes,
everything
yes.
is, it's all central team. You wear your gold and the
Yes.
white because you represent the
Looks
honey,
so
and
beautiful.
everything
Right.
is all beautiful.
But
We
you
gonna
know,
have to
the
do
other-
it. Oshun is speaking, so if she wants it, if look, I cannot stop. I'm not even cold, and I'm got like super goosebumps.
So that's
The other wonderful thing about it though is celebration of the life of Niecy D.
Yeah.
You know what I
Alright.
mean? So it was all of that together
But let me.
on top of her
I
celebration.
appreciate that, but you know, one thing I cannot do, I can't take credit that is not mine.
Mm-hmm.
I am. What y'all are getting is the growth and the blessings and the grace and the favor of Oshun in my life.
There we
You
go.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and me being mindful when, you know, my rough and tough Afro puff side be trying to come out, right? And she be like, baby, you need to soften it up. And I'll be like, oh, okay. Right, you know, because the universe knows what persona you need to navigate through this world, right? And that's what that energy says. It's like, no, baby, I need you to reel it in, you know,
Yeah.
tap into the other side, you know. And so you see the color of my nails, like I do everything I can to keep myself mindful, you know, to reel it in.
To reel it
You
in.
know,
That's
so
dope.
yeah.
That's super
So that
Yeah,
means
I try so
conversations
hard.
they got to be had, you know,
Mm-hmm.
get it going again. I think, I never got to actually go to one. I was
Oh, you would love it.
It's
man.
always something,
You would
but I
love
don't-
it.
Yeah, I didn't go either. I was
Dress
just shaking
up.
my head like I did. I wasn't there. I promise.
All of y'all do, but
Yeah.
it's going to happen again.
You got to do like
tie.
an anniversary type
Suit and
picture.
tie
Yeah,
dress
yeah.
event.
Yeah.
Yes. Suit
You're
and
gonna
tie
have
dress
to
event.
anniversary honey
Luxury.
on the.
Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah.
do that.
For sure, man.
So
I'm down.
on another subject, like with you being in radio, right?
Yes.
I've always wondered, like, what's your thoughts right now with the whole transition into digital streaming, like, and radio, terrestrial radio not being like what it used to be. Radio used to be like, and not to say that it's gone away, but
Celestial
what do you
radio
think?
definitely is not going to go away. Okay, but with technology, right? Technology changes everything. It changed the game. So, I mean, just from analog anything
Right.
to digital everything, right? And so. I was telling somebody, I said, you cannot go up against the machine. They may change the format. They may change the technique of how you do something, but the actual core of this industry and how it functions will not change. Because again, it's not set up for the artist. If it was, everything wouldn't be pay for this for these streams. Pay for this for us to put you on this playlist. Pay for this. Everything's pay.
Yeah.
Right? Pay. So you're gonna pay one way or the other. Right? Which means if you were a starving artist, you really starving now. Right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's no way that our pockets can compete with the machine.
Right.
They're still the machine, and they still rule the industry.
Yeah.
So the streaming and all that, you gotta stream a kabillion streams to
Right.
get 10 cents.
To get that
Seriously.
only.
Like
Yeah.
really,
Come on.
and who has that kind of time?
For real.
Who has that many friends?
Yeah.
Who has that access? None of us. Right? So the best thing to do is the same way that industry and that model is not going to change, neither is the grassroots guerrilla style.
Okay.
Get in the street, get in that car, and travel and touch the people.
Ain't it funny how that kind of disappeared? I remember like back in the day, right? We do a show, like we print out flyers. We be in front of like, and this is even when I was in Seattle. That grassroots, like you're in front of a club, you're talking to people, you're handing flyers, you're handing your music, whatever. Like even in New York, like
Yeah.
every time I go to New York, go to Manhattan, like there's 5 brothers lined up. Like
But
yo,
it really didn't disappear.
Okay.
What happened is people got distracted, and that's what the industry is great at, right? The cell phones keep us distracted.
Yeah.
You know, the streaming platforms kind of keep us distracted. It's twofold. Of course, we need the streaming platforms to let people know about our music, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we can't compete with the industry's model.
Yeah.
But we can still kind of tell a friend, tell a friend. You know, tell a friend, tell 2 friends. We can still do it that way.
True.
Right? To get enough buzz to get on that road again and go do it the old school way.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the people who didn't forget that model works are the ones that where'd they come from? Where'd they come from? And that's how they are developing that following. They're not paying for those streams and all that other kind of stuff. They're getting out on the road.
yeah,
You know,
getting people to
open up for some people. You know, even if it's free.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where, you know, I still drop music. I just dropped some new music, like literally like a week ago.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
What is
shout
it?
out to Fat Man Scoop
There you
and
go.
Shy D and Devastator, Mike Fresh, Clay Cole, Push, Uncle Head. There's a song that we just put out called
hold up.
Back.
Time out. Time out.
The name.
What? So what is this song? What do we got to check out?
It's called Dat Girl, DATGRL, Dat Girl.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's got like a nice kind of bass hip hop vibe to it. You know, we did something different. We took a northern hype person and a southern hype person and just let them all over the track.
That sounds dope.
Right, and then took artists out of say Broward, Miami, took one out of Atlanta. You know, got me in there. You know, just kind of meshed it together, right?
Yeah.
And I called it the Bass Legend All Stars, right?
I like that. I
And,
like that.
Yeah, so I said, you know, we got all these artists on this one song that I could literally turn into a tour.
Right.
Yeah.
Devastator
Use that
got a
as a
catalog, Shy D got a catalog, Fat Man Scoop got a catalog,
Yeah.
Uncle Head got a catalog, I got a catalog. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like smarter, not harder.
Right.
That's facts. That's
You know what I mean?
congrats.
And thank you so much. And it's a good song. You know,
That's it.
I'm
Bumping
really
that on the way.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll make sure to go check that out, you know what I'm saying?
That
Support
girl.
Niecy D, you
That
know what I'm saying?
girl.
Okay, that girl, for
Yeah.
real.
Produced
All
by Mike
platforms,
Fresh.
right?
Pardon?
All platforms?
Oh
you
yeah,
available?
absolutely,
Okay, there you go.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
indeed. Tidal, Spotify, iHeart, Diesel, everything.
There you go.
So speaking on that sub, I'm sorry, I am hogging all the questions.
No, you good. Go ahead.
These are
Hey,
what's
good-
crazy. These
good
are
on.
questions. These are questions I always wanted to ask DC. Like when I see DC, it be on the fly. Like,
Right.
But so
Like
I've got So I've got to hear kind of like these stories. You know, I've got to hear small snippets of them, like
Yeah.
Fat Man Scoop, like 2 Live Crew. 69 Boys, right?
Yes,
Who have you
yes.
worked with? Like break it down, like for anybody
Okay,
that
so
don't
yeah,
know.
shout out to Thrill the Player, Fast, Slow, you know, the 69 Boys, the whole Quad City family. I was on the debut album of the 69 Boys, the 1990 Quad album in the group 24K.
Yeah.
So we were on the Dangerous Mind soundtrack, you know, the Don't Go There, Respect, and then one of the popular ones, Teeny Weeny, you know, that was a big club banger.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
that how does it go?
No what? No itsy bitsy. Don't need no teeny
Yeah.
weeny.
Yeah.
No money, no honey, no cash, no bloop.
Okay. Okay. Look.
That's so cool. So who, like, out of everybody you've got to work with, who's been the best? And are you connected with anybody to this day?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Y'all remember I had Bumpy call in. We did an event, remember? We had Bumpy Knuckles call in.
Oh, wow,
yeah, that's
yeah.
my people's. Shout out to Bumpy Knuckles, Freddie Fox. Yes. You know, I gleaned something from each and every one of them. You know, I worked with CeCe Lemonhead, who basically formed that whole 1990 quad and Quad City DJs, you know, vibe and energy and bass, right?
Yeah.
I danced for and toured with Magic Mike, you know, a DJ extraordinaire, right? DJ to my brother Magic Mike, and rest in peace. So, you know, wow. So many people just kind of ran through, you know, because MC Madness, like, I just seen us in Miami, you know, so like I said, rest in peace, Madness.
Rest in peace.
But who else? I mean, just so many
I've
different.
seen you interviewing some of these major
Oh my gosh!
legends also. So whether
Yes.
you did a track with them or
Right.
did with them on the airwaves, like
Yes. Destiny's Child. I've interviewed them. Dr. Dre. Oh my gosh. I can't even think of them all. It's it's like
Francis.
Steve Francis. Oh, that's a wild boy. That's a wild boy.
We've been up on on Temple on the 14th or 15th floor on the Temple, overlooking American Airlines Arena where the Miami Heat
Miami.
play. You know what I'm saying? And we at a party that Niecy, because we went down there for the core DJs retreat.
Yes,
You see what
yes.
I'm saying? Niecy was like, hey, you know, my boy throwing this thing. You know, we could come up there. I didn't have no idea what I was getting into. I was like, okay, you know.
I will drag you into
Yeah,
some
she
stuff.
was like, no, come on down. We go to show you. I was like, when I see the proximity of where it's at, I was like, okay, that's where the Heat play. And then now across the street now. Everything start out that way.
Wow.
I walking in, I go to the elevator because I was a little bit late. You was up already. In the elevator, I call the elevator down, and when the doors open up, Steve Francis standing in the elevator. I'm dead serious. This is exactly how it went, and I have photo proof of it. Photo proof of it. So I had my camera because I brought my camera with me. So he was like, "Oh, like you're a photographer." I was like, "Yeah, I'm going up to this floor." He was like, "Hey, that's my party. I tried it." I was like,
wow.
Like, dude, that's crazy. He was like, you know, get a couple shots of me in the elevator. And I don't know if you remember, I posted that on Facebook, and I was like, I didn't even know who Steve Francis was.
Really?
I didn't
You
know.
didn't know who Steve-
I didn't
Oh, wow.
know Steve Francis, even though I follow basketball. I just didn't know who Steve Francis was. It didn't resonate with me. You know what I mean?
And it was a hotel
Man.
full of who's who.
Really?
Who's in there? They had
He
King
didn't even know.
magazine
He
in
didn't
there.
even know.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
had every Source magazine in there. When you open the doors, you walk out, and to your right
Source magazine.
is an ice sculpture. They had a giant ice sculpture of their logo, ice.
Ice.
Of course.
Yeah, so it was
The S.
sculpted out of ice because I think it was not Maserati Music Group, or it was like almost kind of like a Rick
Yeah, they
Ross
were
kind
down
of
there
vibe.
too. Mhm.
Yeah, so they had their own vibe, and it was just like I talking about models from King. I talking to
King,
this,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I talking
yeah,
to this
remember
girl,
King
right? She was
magazine.
like, yeah, we just did a photo shoot for King earlier today, and this and no. So it was the who's in there, and I am just fresh in the game. Decide to go to the core DJ retreat. Like, you know what? I going because I tried to make some connections.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? I was like,
That's
I'm playing
right.
around.
And you mentioned Source. Shout out to Dave Mays and Jay Mills, Jeremy Miller. I am so grateful for those cats because the Source was not even here. They didn't even have distribution in Florida, right? And so I did a celebrity basketball tournament over at Dr. Phillips, and it was everybody there. Like, it was just mad crazy. And so I said, listen, you know, would you guys mind being a sponsor for me, right? And so they gave me hundreds of magazines of Source and subscriptions, right? And so that's how Source actually got into this market.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Yes, yes, because
Brought them
they
into the market,
wow.
basically.
Yeah.
The Niecy D.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
It was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Everybody was there. I remember
Yeah.
it being grandeur, man. That's just so many adventures. Like we are Niecy D. We've been through so much different things and everything. Like we just spoke at Full Sail together too.
Yeah,
That's right.
right.
Both out there,
Yeah, for Juneteenth.
Yeah, for
You know what I mean?
Juneteenth, that was a
Exactly.
beautiful event.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
it
I will
was.
say them students loved y'all to death. Like, I still keep hearing about it at the school.
And it's just such an honor to be able to kind of pay it forward and give them some nuggets to chew on and hopefully help them find their way and navigate. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no female DJ for me to emulate or want to be like.
Yeah.
Like I was the female DJ. You know what I'm saying? And so I've always had to kind of make my own way.
Be the standard.
Right? Yeah, and so
Pioneer.
to be able to offer even just an iota of guidance and support to someone that wants to do what we do, I see that as a blessing.
Yes.
Because
So right now, what's next for the Niecy D brand? What are you working on in 2024?
well, I'm exploring every single thing that I feel that was blocked. Right, because I had a lot of things that were in my plans, and other people caused them not to happen because of the things we were talking about, right? And so, because I don't let go, it's like once I put it in my mind, I don't care how long it takes, I'm going to make sure that I do it, right? And so, I want to do film.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I definitely want to go ahead and produce this tour and put that on, and then I want to get some type of merchandise and product that will sell itself, that speaks for me as I continue to age, right? But that it does something, and I haven't figured out what that is yet, because it has to make sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to just put anything out there and it doesn't make sense, right? It has to touch people in a good way. It has to motivate them. I have 3 books that I wrote. I did not put them out yet.
Oh,
we
we gotta read those.
Yeah, one of the main ones is all about stick-to-itiveness. It's like not giving up. It kind of talks about all these knocks that a person can have, but keep your focus and don't give up. Whether it's a failed relationship, marriage, job, whatever the case is that takes you off your course, knocks you off your feet, sets you back. Don't lose sight of what you really want to do. I've had fellow DJs, most of my friends are guys, that's no secret, right? Because we all DJ or we all produce and stuff like that. And they're like, yo, you still DJ? Yeah, man, I got married, I had kids. And I'd be like, yo, dude, I got married, I had a kid too. But if that's what you love to do, do it. And hopefully you can find balance so that you can still maintain your relationship. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to go divorce and all this other stuff and go into a deep depression. So I just wanted my book to speak to people, to encourage them to keep pushing forward. That's what was important to me.
So what's holding you back? I mean, because I know like right now, so many people need that positivity, and you being somebody
timing.
who has lived through so much.
Yeah, timing.
Yeah, like
It's timing. That's
okay.
why, and I say that because, I always felt overlooked. I always felt like people tried me because I did have a young look, and they never really knew my age and stuff like that. So they treated me like a little kid. Oh yeah, Niecy, It never gave me the shots that I felt that I could take advantage of and maximize, right? And so I feel like I'm just starting to blossom. Literally, I feel like I'm just starting to blossom. Like there's a whole world out there for me to go and take advantage of, and do some things. And so my birthday is when it really clicked, when we did like a virtual museum. We turned the venue into like a virtual museum, a Niecy D museum, right?
Wow.
And so you had different photos, like a photo exhibit of things from videos, all kind of stuff, right? So you kind of see that journey, scholarships in college, whatever, right?
Yeah.
The proclamation, all that kind of stuff. And then we had the video montage that ran, and so all kind of different stuff. And that's when it clicked. I was like, okay, so this really is the opening,
Right.
to the next phase. Like you're just getting started. Yeah. And I was like, okay, all right. This isn't like, okay, I'm here, I'm gonna start to wind down. It's like, nah, baby, we getting ready to crank it up.
Hit that gas.
You know, right, exactly.
Gas.
So I was like, I said, okay, I could get with that. You know, and then I said, I understand why you gave me what you gave me, the youthful look, you know, and stuff like that, because this is an industry off looks, right? We know this.
It really is.
And so my brand has to reflect, I am my brand. So everything that I do, it all has to correlate. You know what I'm saying? If I'm about, we're going to be fit and we're going to be healthy and we're going to dance all night and all this, well, I got to be able to do it.
Yeah. Facts.
Right? How I look at the party, I'm over there like, oh, bruh.
Yeah. Y'all going too hard for me.
With the crunkest music
Right.
And I can tell you one thing too, you come from strong genes because, you know, shout out to Nana Pudding.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I can't go without shouting out Nana, because Nana, let me tell you, you would never guess Nana is where she is, you know.
That's right.
Because she's still youthful, look right, everything is good. So you come from that cloth. So
Great
yes,
genes.
right.
Yes, I'm so grateful.
That's a blessing.
Yes, it is. And you know, shout out to my grandmother who is now an ancestor. Her birthday was yesterday, 100 years old. She almost made it in the flesh, but you know, we celebrated her heavenly birthday of 100 years old.
100 years.
Yes.
God bless her.
Yeah, so I am grateful for those genes indeed.
Yeah. So Niecy, where can the people find you that just got this small introduction of who Niecy D is? We gotta have you back here, you know, because this journey right here has
I'm gonna get a sprinter or something.
No, because in all honesty, this journey that we're on,
Yes.
right, is definitely because of you, because of so many other people who have given us opportunities, who have, you know, also supported us when we needed, you know, like they could we could call you anytime, and you know, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna be a judge, I'm gonna be a DJ, you know, but your story, so it's not enough is told, and I believe too that you are not nearly, you know, you haven't received that recognition that you deserve, right? You are to us and to so many others, you know, you always been a powerhouse. You always been somebody who not only is, you know, has your own accolades, your own, you know, accomplishments, but you treat each and every individual with love, respect, and that's like, it's no question that so many people know you and have relationships with you, but
I have a friend who says you got to find someone who's not smitten by me. Right? I was like, well, I can think about 6 of your friends who are not smitten by me, so that shouldn't be hard to find. But
it's a
good
I do. I try. I'm silly. I like to have fun. I love peace. You know, I will sage down my house in a heartbeat. You know, look, it's like get them vibrations up out of here, because you know, as settled as you can get yourself, you can think better. Do y'all notice that?
Yeah.
You know,
no, peace is
yes,
everything.
you could think and sort things through. We're already in a fast-paced lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, like literally, we're running from. I know I am running from point A to point B. From the time that my feet hit the ground, it's.
yeah. Gotta be here. Gotta call them.
You know.
I've been on it since Thursday.
So peace is important to me.
So I told my wife the other day, from the moment I wake up, I'm in show mode.
Right.
From the moment I wake up till I go to bed, I feel like it's a movie I'm in. I got to play my part the whole day long.
And it is. We're on stage,
Yeah.
you know, and I have to remember, you know, I'm in a lot of places under, you know, I say my head wrap just spins around. It has different titles on it, right? And I have to just think, you chose to do this. So you can't put your frustration on anybody else because you're tired, your day was long, or you forgot this, or you said you wanted it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you got to handle it.
So where can the people find you on social media?
All right, so on social media, at DJ Niecy D. Matter of fact, just go to Niecy-D.com.
You spell it for them? Because
Yes.
maybe that I after E.
I know, right? No, real talk. No, you ain't never lied. They be like, Nicey. I'm like, I'm nice, but it's Niecy.
Yeah.
So Niecy Niecy-D.com. All right, that's my house. That's my home. That's, but also on social media, Niecy D. I need my phone because Twitter is, no, Instagram is DJ Niecy D. X is Niecy D. Facebook is
DJ Niecy.
DJ Niecy
And we're
D.
gonna tag you. We'll make sure to put all of her contact info in the
Thank y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, and like all of our guests, we have a lightning round of questions. Let's get to know Niecy D. Go ahead.
One more thing. Where can they? What time and days can
Yes.
they listen to you? Because I listen to you all the time. Tell
Okay,
people where-
so
on the
I
radio.
have, first of all, I got to shout out the entire team at Star 94.5, Orlando's only R&B, the soul of Orlando. I
Shout
got
out
to,
my
for sure.
cousin.
And
That's all I ride to.
yes, and our program director, he's actually far more than a program director, but Mr. Elroy Smith. I am so grateful to him because he is the reason that the Niecy D show is on Star 94.5. He's a man that says, you want to do this? Well, let me see, show and prove. And like I said, you give me a challenge, I'm going to step up, right? Especially if it's something I say I won. And so when he came into the station, he totally revamped the station, and it's just a joy to listen to at any given time of day. And because of him, like I said, on Saturdays from midnight until 6 in the morning, that is the Niecy D show.
Oh, that's a turned up time.
Yes.
That's what I'm
And
talking
so on Friday and Saturday night as well, 11 to midnight is when I DJ. Okay. But I gotta shout out my brothers, DJ Kalaru and DJ Caesar, because Club Star 945, it's the three of us, and that's the squad. And so they are family. I love those brothers, and so I would not dare not throw their names out there. And also, this is how my day goes. Y'all think this is crazy, right? So I wake up Saturday morning, and I do all of what I do. And then I hit those turntables at night. Then I work, so 11 o'clock basically until 6 in the morning, right? And then from 6 in the morning until 8 in the morning, because now it's Sunday, right? I'm the director of Monica May's Point of View, her talk show, right? Yeah, so I run the board and, answer the phones and do all that. And then when I leave there, about 9 o'clock, I'm headed to the pools because your DJ teaches people how to swim.
That's right.
And supervises 5 commercial pools for the municipality of the city. And I do that until I'm finished at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And then my day is pretty much finished unless I can make it to dance class for line dancing and stepping. And shout out to Miss Vanetta because she is the instructor for the line dancing and stepping at the Orlando Steppers Connection. So I got to make sure I shout them out as well. So that is from Saturday to Sunday night. That's I'm up.
And then you slide in the Hot Mango Seed podcast.
Right, then I slide. Right. It's like.
See, I already knew. I knew from the beginning that one episode wasn't going to be enough.
Never enough because we didn't even get into the mountain stuff
we're gonna
on
call this part
horse
one.
riding. Listen,
call it
Niecy
part
go
one.
deeper than what you could ever think. You understand what I mean?
let's-
There's layers to it, you know what I mean? Just like the Mango Seed podcast, you know what I mean? That's why we have her on. So, yeah.
Can we bring you back? Can you come back? And
I
join
would
us
love to
another
come
time?
back.
Yes,
I
sir.
would love to come
That's
back.
it.
Thank you for having me.
No,
and
absolutely.
definitely the mango seed. I love the name. I had a mango the other day. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be on your show, Mango.
Hey, well, I have some lightning questions for you. This is just off
my
the top of the head, whatever
Okay.
comes to mind. So if today
Yes.
you want a scratch off ticket for $10 million, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Find some land to build a pool and a community center.
Ooh, fire. Who is the greatest female MC of all time?
I'm gonna have to say Toby. She was my MC for Brown Sugar Crew in New York, and she was hands down the baddest female. She could kill the dudes before MC Light, before Latifah, before any of them. Brown Sugar Crew.
Toby. I feel like
Toby.
I'd heard that name
Yeah,
too.
MC Toby.
Ooh,
Yes.
That's dope.
Yes.
So another question: do you think that AI is a gift to humanity or a curse to humanity?
I think it's just another layer of that technology that, just like the other items,
Yeah.
can be a bit invasive and misused, and then at the same time be something that could be very useful, and help with productivity. It's just how you use it.
Right.
Okay. I like that answer. And last, how do you eat your mango? You had a mango the other day or today. How do you
Let me tell you something. It depends on how hungry I am. I might just bite the skin off it.
That's it.
Look, I told y'all Oshun is trying to work on me being a little softer. I am like such a tomboy. It's ridiculous.
That's the best way to eat a mango. You just got to get in them, son. You can't get no frills about it. You just
Look,
got
I would be on the skin.
yeah, for sure. Rip it up,
Right?
son. Rip that up.
Well, respect and love to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you all.
Today.
Thank you for having me.
That's
I
it.
love
Thank you
y'all.
for
I
coming.
appreciate y'all.
For
Thank you
sure.
for this opportunity.
Yes, we got to come back. So, as we always end our show, now's our special time that we go around the table, and each one of us take a time to spotlight, shout out somebody. And today it's on Soldier Bless. Who you shouting out today?
Yes, sir. Today I would like to shout out, super producer, Source, Mixed by Source. If you check it out, he's Megan Thee Stallion producer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he mixes all of her tracks and travels around with her on tour and do all of that. I had the, the honor of meeting with him and, connecting with his family on the next level. And, we got some things coming in the works, you know what I'm saying? But, this man is doing it for real. He's a Full Sail alumni, you know what I mean? So we trying to, get him, incorporated with Full Sail and whatnot. But this guy is just the super producer. He mixes super clean. Like, if you hear Meg Thee Stallion's tracks,
Right.
you know exactly what he does do. And, he goes everywhere with her. And he's just super focused, super talented. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And he forging it. And what the thing I like about him is that he's not afraid to reach back and help out the ones that's on the lower level. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the reason why he working with me, and you know what I mean? Because I ain't even on that level of Meg Thee Stallion.
But
you know
you
what I mean?
Soldier Blessed.
I'm Soldier Blessed.
That's right.
So I will just tell you right now, when you see the Meg Thee Stallion and Soldier Blessed feature coming,
That's right.
watch it already. Everything done already said.
Then
You know
you
what I
see me
mean?
twerking.
Hey, everybody invited. Party for everybody.
Bless
Top of
Bless
that
the
there.
twerk.
And she wasn't in 2 Live Crew for nothing.
Hey,
What's his
serious.
name again?
Source, Mixed by Source on Instagram. Yeah, you could look him up. You know what I'm saying? Mixed by Source is his brand. Yeah, that's how it is, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Shout out to you, man. You're the spotlight. Shout out today, and as we always end, the jewel of the day, man. Today's jewel of the day is be careful how you treat people, especially women and men of God. So today I attended church, and I heard a word from God that was so good that I wanted to share it with y'all. And a big shout out to my pastor, Dr. Darius Daniels of Change Church. So this comes from a rarely talked about chapter in the Bible, and it's from the prophet Nahum. So the Lord is a jealous and avenging God. The Lord takes vengeance and is fierce in his wrath. The Lord is slow to anger, but great in power. And most of all, the Lord will never leave the guilty unpunished. So we as a society here have a dire need to get revenge on those that have done us wrong. But I'm here to remind you that let it go, because what goes around comes around. A man sows, so a man shall reap. Curses like chickens come home to roost. As you make your bed, so must you lie in it. What you get is what you give, and last, do not take revenge. Leave room for God's wrath, because it is written, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. We are the Hot Mango Seed Podcast, and until next time, stay blessed. Thank you, Niecy D.
Shout out Niecy D.
Happy birthday, Rob Raider.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, Rob.
Shit, y'all.
And soy vigenza. Y soy semilla de mango. Yes, I hit it.
Peace, everybody.
He just told y'all not to be vengeance,
Is that what I said?
and then told y'all he was vengeance.
Yeah, exactly. Batman, I see you.
No, I said it right. Soy vigenza y soy semilla de mango.